If you're planning to retire in the next 5 or 10 years, you're entering one of the most uncertain financial periods in modern history. Volatility, global tensions, government instability are shaking the foundations of traditional retirement plans. But here's the good news. There's a way to protect your money and even grow your wealth even now. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to recession-proof your retirement in 2025, using strategies the wealthy are already applying. And if you stay to the end, I'll give you the most overlooked move you can use to secure your future no matter what happens. Let's talk about the hard truth of retiring in 2025. Right now, the economy is shaking beneath our feet. Inflation has eaten away at the purchasing power. The cost of groceries, healthcare, housing has skyrocketed. Interest rates have jumped, and many retirement portfolios are underperforming. For many, what used to be a comfortable retirement nest egg now feels painfully insufficient. 401ks and IRAs have taken hits. The markets are swinging unpredictably, too much income to qualify for help, and not enough savings to feel secure. Now imagine we roll into 2026 and nothing changes. Imagine a future where you're forced to delay retirement, where you're dipping into your savings earlier than planned, where you're making decisions based on fear, not freedom. That's the path we're on if we don't take action now. And the worst part, most people won't realize how bad it is until it's too late. Until they're sitting in a kitchen table looking at the retirement statement and realizing the math doesn't work anymore. If nothing changes between now and 2026, what does your retirement actually look like? Are you confident, or are you concerned you'll run out of money before you run out of life? Here's the first shift you've got to make. Recessions don't have to be the enemy. In fact, the wealthy often come out of recessions stronger, not because they're lucky, but because they reposition and they're prepared. Most people freeze in fear. The rich, on the other hand, reallocate and act. They look for the opportunities that always emerge in times of chaos. They don't let headlines drive their financial behavior. They let data and strategy lead the way. You don't need to be rich to think like the wealthy. You just need to stop reacting and start planning. This video is your plan. If you can master your mindset now before things get worse, you'll be 10 steps ahead of the crowd by 2026. Most retirement plans rely on almost entirely on stocks and bonds that work in a more stable economy. But today, it's risky. True diversification means spreading your risk across multiple buckets. That could include real estate, rental property that generate income, precious metals like gold and silver, which have historically hedged against inflation, alternative investments like REITs, or even carefully vetted digital assets. You don't want your entire future tied to one domino, because if that domino falls, everything else goes with it. We've already seen how one market swing can wipe out 10 years of gains. What if that happened again in 2026? If your portfolio isn't balanced across different asset classes, it's not just exposed, it's vulnerability. How diversified is your retirement plan really? If one part of your portfolio collapsed tomorrow, would the rest protect you or collapse with it? During a downturn, cash flow becomes more important than net worth. You can't eat your net worth, but you can pay bills with income streams. Think about creating income you don't have to work a full-time job for. That could be rental income, dividends from stocks, consulting on the skills you've already developed, starting a digital side hustle like a YouTube channel, online course, or affiliate market stream. The more cash flow you have, the less you'll need to touch your retirement savings. And that's how you survive and thrive long term. Because by the time 2026 rolls around, if you've set up multiple income streams, you're not just weathering the storm, you're growing through it. You're no longer dependent on volatile markets. You've got income coming in, no matter what the headlines say. What if you had money coming in every month, even if you never touched your retirement savings? How would that change your peace of mind right now? One of the biggest threats to your retirement isn't the market, it's taxes. If you don't plan for them now, you could lose tens of thousands of dollars later. That's why you need to build a tax efficiency into your strategy. Think about Roth conversions. While tax rates are still relatively low, look into tax loss harvesting. And most importantly, plan your withdrawals wisely so you're not bumping yourself into a higher bracket in retirement. We can't control tax law, but we can control how we respond. And that planning could be the difference between running out of money at 78 or still having surplus at 88. Don't wait until 2026 to find out that taxes ate up more of your retirement plan than expected. Plan now so you're not paying more than you have to. Do you know how much taxes eat up in retirement? Are you building a plan that keeps more money in your pockets or in Uncle Sam's? Let's talk about risk. You spent years, maybe decades, building your retirement savings. What happens if a sudden downturn wipes out 30% overnight? You need buffers, emergency cash reserves, low risk, low volatility accounts, maybe even annuities or CDs depending on your situation. This is about preservation. The goal isn't to double your money at this stage. It's to make sure you don't lose it. 2026 could bring more economic turbulence. If it does, the question is, how will your plan keep you safe or expose you? Don't let a lifetime of effort vanish because of one bad year. Protect what you've built. That's wisdom. That's strategy. If the market dropped 30% tomorrow, would you be forced to sell, or could your plan weather the storm? The final pillar is often the most overlooked, but it might be the most powerful. Invest in yourself. You have decades of experience, knowledge, skills. What if you turn that into an income stream? Whether it's consulting, mentoring, writing, teaching, or starting a service-based business, your brain is still your best asset. In 2026, the people who are thriving won't be the ones who had the most money. They'll be the ones who had the most adaptability. And that starts with you. Invest in what you know. Package it. Share it. Monetize it. There's never been a better time to turn your wisdom into wealth. What knowledge are you sitting on that could help others and pay you for years to come? Retirement in 2025 doesn't have to be scary, but it does require strategy. You can't rely on outdated systems anymore. Social Security alone won't cut it. The traditional save and hope model, it's broken. You need cash flow. You need protection. You need a plan that makes sense today, not 20 years ago. Because if nothing changes, 2026 could be the year millions realize they waited too long. But you won't be one of them. You've got the plan. Now let's execute it together. Now that you have the roadmap, here's the next step. Watch my video on 7 passive income streams that work in any economy. That's the perfect follow-up to everything we just covered. And it might be the most important financial video you watch this year. Click here to keep building your recession-proof life.